What's up, tribe? My apologies. I thought I had scheduled this live for 5:30 and not 5:15. So I apologize if you were here waiting for me and you were here at 5:15. That is my fault. When I scheduled it, I don't know why I scheduled it for 5:15. I always usually do like either on the hour or half past the hour. I don't know what made me do 5:15. So my apologies for all of y'all who were here, who were waiting for me. Let me say hi. We're gonna get into it because it's not gonna be long because I gotta be back here at 6:30 for my interview with maybe that's why I did it for 5:15. Because I had to be back for my interview with Oliver Twixt from the Circle. What's up, Lemon Kush? Hey, Wendy, the saga continue. Let's see what Bishop, not Chiclet Teeth, is up to now. Hey, what's up, Lady V? Remain teachable, Brittany. What's going on, Lady of Virtue? Hey, Morgan. Hey, everybody. So, y'all remember a few months back, probably back in, this was a while ago, I think September, Bishop Whitehead announced that he was suing Larry Reid and King Giles for $20 million. And Larry Reid was like, I'm not concerned, whatever. And he kept saying that Larry Reid was ducking him, that he couldn't serve him, he was ducking him. Well, remember when we had Girl Is That Legal on here, and Girl Is That Legal explained that he doesn't have to physically serve Larry Reid in his hand, that there's a whole process that his attorneys can go through in order to serve Larry Reid. Well, it looks like that has happened. So I'm sorry, y'all. This is bothering me. My It's anyway, I get it. It's tangled up. Anyway, so he's been served, and I do have the actual what I was available for me to find. I do not have a clean copy of it, so I'm not gonna put it up on the screen. Y'all know I'll normally let you guys see it up on the screen, but as soon as I find a clear copy of it, I'll post it on the um I'll post it on the wall. What I mean by a clear copy is I can only find copies that have watermarks from like other websites or other, and yeah, I prefer not to use other people's stuff. So I'll get one. If I can't get one on my own, I'll get Simone to pull it for me from LexisNexis or something like that. But we're gonna read through it. All right. I do have it here. And I wanted to share it with you guys because we have been following the saga that is Larry Reid Live and Lamar Whitehead. Now, I ain't really touching that other situation a whole lot. I told y'all I was going to wait until I heard everything as it relates to that other situation with Larry Reid. But y'all, it's so much. Oh my gosh. Everybody and their cousin has a story to tell. The cousin, the uncle, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. And I'm not trying to make light of anybody's trauma, whether you believe that this young man was traumatized by Larry Reid or not, or violated by Larry Reid or not. I'm not trying to make light of it. All I'm saying is it's a whole lot. Okay. And at this point, like I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, either you believe one person or you believe the other. And I don't know if there's too much that anybody can say from either side to sway you one way or the other. But there have been some very interesting things that's gonna say. Hey Sharice, hey Janae, what does your shirt say? I want one. My shirt says I match energy, so go ahead and decide how we gonna act. I think Abby got me this shirt, but she said she don't remember. But I really feel like this is a shirt Abby bought me because I feel like that's something Abby would say. Either I don't know where I got this shirt from, to be honest with you, but I thought it came from Abby. No, Abby bought me that other shirt. I must have ordered this shirt, but y'all know I love t-shirts. I order t-shirts all over the place. I don't know where I got this one from. If I stumble across it again, I will let y'all know. But I probably just ordered it off of some t-shirt store that I saw on Instagram. I love t-shirts. Abby hates the fact that I wear t-shirts all the time. She want me to, show off the girls. But I just like t-shirts. They're comfortable. I like them, you know. So, but let's get into this. It's not a lot. Um, it's not a lot. So let me get into it. Okay, so the first page, again, I don't really want to put it up on the screen. But the first page is just the cover page. You see that big old watermark on there. So I don't want to, this is somebody else's. They posted it, but it's just the cover page. Lamore Whitehead plaintiff versus Larry Reid and Larry Reid Live LLC. They are the defendants. It says here that waiver of service, acceptance of service of process. And then it just says the undersigned hereby waive service and accept service on of the following on behalf of Larry Reid. So his attorneys were served, which is what Simone, Girl Is That Legal, told us, that they could serve his attorneys. You don't have to actually serve Larry Reid in his hand. Okay. So looks like the attorney that accepted service was Amanda Highland Esquire in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. So that's the first page. There was one more page. Hold on. Was it another page? I thought it was 3 pages, but okay. It's 2 pages right here. Oh, no, it was just 2 pages. Now, the second page lists what exactly Lamore Whitehead is saying that Larry Reid did to him that will precipitate this lawsuit. Now, this copy, even if the reason why I want a clear copy of this is not only does it have a watermark, but you can see that it's gray. You see how it's kind of grays out. So, again, once I get a clear copy, I will definitely post it so you guys can see what I see, because this is public information. I'm not sharing anything that's top secret. This is public. I just got to go and get it. Okay. So, hey, babe. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So, let's start off at the beginning and work out. The shirt is on Amazon. Okay. Thank you, Janae. Tracy, I might be where I got it from, child, was Amazon. Tracy, it's on Amazon, girl. So let me read it to y'all. It says that the Supreme Court of the State of New York, County of Kings in New York. Well, I just said that. Lamore Whitehead versus Larry Reid and Larry Reid Live LLC. Verify complaint and jury demand. So they are demanding a jury trial. Okay. 1. Plaintiff Lamore Whitehead, or Bishop Whitehead, they put that in parentheses, is an individual and presiding pastor of Leaders of Tomorrow International Brooklyn Ministry Corp in Brooklyn. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, defendants are Larry Reid, and in parentheses it says Mr. Reid. Why wouldn't you call him Pastor Reid? Y'all know that man a pastor. If we gotta call him Bishop, y'all gotta call him Pastor. Anyway, an individual and Larry Reid Live LLC, and then LRL, a limited liability company, collectively hereinafter referred to as defendants. Okay. All right. Number 3. On July 25th, 2022, Mr. Reid wrote online that Bishop Whitehead scammed people out of money. Sir, you did. Sir, you're a convicted felon. You were convicted of fraud. That is the very definition. Okay. All right. Now, mind you, he's suing Larry Reid for $20 million for libel. So, number 3 says that on July 25th, Mr. Reid wrote online that Bishop Whitehead scammed people out of money. I'm waiting for the lie. Okay. Absolutely, Tracy. The New York Times said the same thing, child. All right. August the 3rd, Mr. Reid said online that Bishop Whitehead will be locked up in about 3 months. Again, there's no... Sir, you were arrested in December. He said in about 3 months. So in 4 months, you were arrested. Now, you made bail, so you're not literally sitting in jail right now. But, sir, you were indicted on federal charges of what? People in the chat? Tribe of what? Fraud. Scamming people. Again, No lies detected. Number 5, Mr. Reid's above stated statements, spoken and written, concerning Bishop Whitehead are false. Sir, I can't. The lie detector test determined that that was a lie because you are a convicted felon for fraud and you were arrested in about 3 months. I don't even understand how you went through with this. When you originally tried to file this, I don't understand. Sir, why are you going through with this? Number 6, Mr. Reid's statements expose plaintiff to public contempt, ridicule, aversion, and or disgrace. Okay, that part might be true. But Larry Reid and King Giles were not the only ones. The New York Times, all of the people, all of the people online was clowning you, right? I was clowning. Well, I shouldn't say that too loud. He might sue me. I don't have no money. You don't need. Ain't no need you even coming this way. I don't have no money. Okay, I don't have no money, but I was laughing too. Okay, but okay. So number 6 might be true. It might be true. But I don't know how you single out Larry Reid from all the other hundreds of people that said something about you. Why you not suing the New York Times? They've been writing whole 3-4 page exposés. Come on, it's so obvious that Larry, the one who called the FBI and had him arrested, because how would Larry know? FBI would not give out that kind of information. What information, Kelly? What you talking about, my love? All right, number 7. Mr. Reid's statements imply criminal activity and injured plaintiff's reputation as a pastor. Again, he didn't make any false statements. You are a convicted felon, sir. You are a convicted felon. Now, you may not like the fact that you are a convicted felon. You might say to everybody that you were falsely convicted. Sir, 95% of the people in jail say they are falsely convicted. Okay? I don't know whether you did it or not. That is not my job. That is not my job. I don't know whether you did it or not. But what I do know, sir, is that you were convicted of it. So Larry Reid saying it. Okay. Okay. Mr. Reid's statements, I just read that. Number 8. Mr. Reid's false statements were published online and seen or heard by thousands of people. So was the New York Times. Thank you, ML Michael. Thank you, my love. You literally had a press conference every time. That made people, that was on the front page too. Sir. Number 9. Mr. Reid's false statements were already that one. Mr. Reid made the false statement in a grossly irresponsible manner without regard for the truth. Okay, now I'm gonna say that maybe it was grossly irresponsible for him to go on his YouTube and make statements like he gonna be arrested in 4 months and the FBI, whatever. I could see that. Okay, maybe. I still don't think this rises to the level of a lawsuit, but okay, all right, okay. Larry Reid Live is vicariously liable for the above alleged conduct of Mr. Reid, who was under its employ. So he's saying that the company is responsible for what Larry Reid said publicly. Okay. Oh, I done skipped, child. I done skipped down to number 12. Child, we only on number 9, child. Number 10. As a result of Mr. Reid's conduct, plaintiff lost business deals, church members, and income. Sir, did you ever think that maybe you lost church members because 3 men with guns came up in your church and robbed y'all? Did you ever think you lost church members because two women came up in your church and you yoked one up by the back of her neck and escorted her out in front of everybody? Sir, did you ever think that you lost members because you was online, dogging and clowning people? Did you ever think that you lost members because that lost footage of your prayer closet made the rounds again and people felt some kind of way? Like, there are a million reasons why people might have said they no longer wanted to come to your church. Sir, the day that they came up in your church, you ain't had but 10 people in there to begin with. Okay. Kelly, you clearly are somebody that, you came before Bishop Whitehead, and that's fine. You don't have to agree with me to be in the chat. That's fine. Abby, he's not being excuse me. They not being disrespectful. They just giving a difference of opinion. We don't have to, it's okay. But sir, that's sir or ma'am. I'm sorry, Kelly. I don't know if sir or ma'am. That is not how the FBI works. Okay. You don't call the FBI. You can call an attempt to the FBI. You can tell the FBI you know somebody or you think somebody is violating the law. But the FBI does do their own due diligence. They do not just go off willy-nilly arresting people because Larry Reid called and said he's a bad guy. He did it. Also, I mean, you can believe that Larry Reid sent those women to Bishop Whitehead's church to set him up. But okay. I mean, I can't tell you what to believe, what not to believe, child. Why would the FBI tell Larry the exact time frame in which the arrest would take place? I don't think it was a situation where the FBI told Larry. I think Larry just was like based on information he had, because he wasn't 100% right. I mean, they came a month later. But based on what has been said, even if you read the court, even if go read the FBI indictment. We have read the FBI indictment. Go to Pam Esquire's channel if you want to hear a legal opinion. You don't have to listen to me because I didn't go to nobody's law school. You can go listen to her legal opinion. But if you read the federal indictment, they were already investigating him prior to his church being robbed. It didn't start when his church got robbed. The federal investigation was already going on before Larry Reid and this whole thing started. So I'm just telling you, you don't have to believe me. That's okay. But go read the indictment. They didn't start investigating him in July. They were already investigating him. Anyway. But I don't think you can blame Larry Reid for you losing money and church members. I feel like it's a mixture of things. And was Larry Reid part of it? Maybe. But he wasn't the only reason, like, sir. Anyway. Number 11, Mr. Reid committed the acts above in the course and scope of his work on his company, Larry Reid Live. I read you number 12 already. Larry Reid Live is liable for the above alleged conduct of Mr. Reid, who is under its employ. Oh, let me see. And then number 13 says, Number 13 says, Mr. Reid and Larry Reid Live are liable to plaintiffs for defamation libel per and slander per se. And then number 14 says, wherefore plaintiff demands a trial by jury and judgment against defendants for actual and punitive damages of no less than $20 million or such other amount to be proven at trial. Respectfully submitted. So listen. At best, and y'all know I ain't no lawyer. Y'all know I got my law degree from Law and Order University by way of Matlock college. But at best, Larry Reid may be a contributor, but he's not the reason. I don't see this going to trial, because your first two things, your two main arguments. Number one, Larry Reid said that you are a scammer, but you are actually a convicted felon. He did not lie. Just because you don't think you were, that because you think you were wrongfully convicted, does not mean that it's not true. If I went to jail for theft and it's 20 years later, I I can say, well, I'm not a thief all I want, but at the end of the day, I'm convicted of theft. I am in the eyes of the law, I'm a thief. Unless I get it expunged from my record, I am a thief. I can tell people all day long, well, I didn't do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. It matters what my record reflects. And until Bishop Whitehead gets that off of his record, he is a convicted felon who was convicted of fraud. So if somebody calls you a scammer because you were convicted of scamming people, you were convicted of using people's identities to buy property and cars and things like that, then you are a scammer. That is the definition of a scammer. So I don't see how that holds up in court because he didn't lie. And then to say, well, he said that I was going to be locked up within 3 months. Sir, you were locked up 4 months later. Now, granted, again, how Larry Reid knew the information, I don't know. I don't know Larry Reid. What Larry Reid knew when he made that statement, I don't know. I don't know Larry Reid. He didn't tell me. But what I know is he ain't lie. I could see if Larry Reid, I could see if you had never been to jail. Then I'd be like, well, Larry, you put your foot in your mouth. You called the man a scammer. He ain't never been to jail for nothing. But sir, you have. Yeah, you have. And there's no way. I shouldn't say there's no way because there's a way. I think it would be stretching for him to be able to show a $20 million loss. You have to be able to show those damages. I don't think you have to necessarily show $20 million worth, but you have to be able to show that you suffered. But the thing is this, do I think that his income went down? Yeah, probably. He said he lost business deals as a result of the bad publicity. Okay, maybe that did happen. But all of that bad publicity did not come from Larry Reid. Ain't nobody tell you to go on your Instagram and threaten DL Hughley to a boxing fight, a boxing match. Like, nobody told you to do that, sir. That was all you. Nobody told you to go on your Instagram on a regular basis and call yourself exposing the clergy. Nobody told you to go on your Instagram and cuss out Kirk Franklin. Like, all of those things are factors into somebody not wanting to do business with you, especially when you call yourself a man of the cloth, regardless of whether we have an unrealistic expectation of people in church. It doesn't matter. It's the expectation. So the expectation that we have of our church leaders is that they're not on their Instagram live threatening people. Like, you can say what you want. Did Larry Reid clown you? Yeah, he did. But a lot of people clowned you, sir. A lot of people clowned you. Again, you came after DL Hughley. You challenged Larry Reid to a boxing match. You challenged DL Hughley to a boxing match. You challenged, who was it? The dude in New York that makes the mixtapes. Like I said, you went on live and you came after Kirk Franklin. Like, sir, you've done things to make people side eye you all by yourself. All by yourself. And let's be clear, long before any of us knew who Bishop Whitehead was, the New York Times was already on your ass. They were already dubbing you the bling bling pastor. They were already writing articles about you, sir. You currently have 3 properties in foreclosure. It's not like you haven't been in the news for whatever reason that you were in the news. Whitehead is close friends with Eric Adams. You don't think the police and FBI leaked information to the New York media and vice versa? They don't need Larry Reid to tell them anything. Okay, exactly, Michael. Exactly. Larry Reid didn't expose him, though. That's what I'm saying, Kelly. How did Larry Reid expose him? Listen. Larry Reid did not expose him. Larry Reid did what Larry Reid always does. Larry Reid posted the clip from the robbery on his Instagram. Larry Reid posts clips from churches all the time, all over the United States. He posts church fights. He posts people that can't sing. He posts people that's disgruntled with something that happened at the church. He does it. That is what his YouTube channel is. Or I feel like he's changing it. It's not as salacious as it was, but that is what his YouTube channel was. He posted the video and it did go viral, right? Everybody was like, oh my gosh, did you see that? And most of us had sympathy for him. You know, when the tide turned was when he went up on Larry Reid's live when they were clowning him, and they were clowning him. I ain't gonna lie, they were clowning, you know. But again, most people, a lot of people was clowning what happened. Maybe we shouldn't have, but we did. But they were clowning him, and he went up there and he called Larry Reid the F word. And he talked about the woman that was on there. She was a pastor down in Atlanta. Her name is because I don't know her, but her name is escaping me right now. She was a heavyset woman. He started calling her Biggie Smalls. That is what changed the tide. And for people like me who didn't know anything about a Lamore Whitehead, instantly it made me be like, what? That's a bishop. That's a bishop on Instagram Live calling another man the F word and calling a woman Biggie Smalls. That did it for me. It didn't. I don't care what Larry Reid said after that. For me, that's where he lost me. And I can't speak for anybody in the chat. Shout out to the 118 people. Genesis, thank you. And she's a pastor down in Atlanta. Shout out to the 118 people in the chat. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what y'all knew about Bishop Whitehead before the robbery, or you didn't know. But I know for me, that's what did it for me. That is what did it for me. So I understand that there are people who got beef with Larry Reid or feel like Larry Reid did him wrong, but nobody told that man to jump up on there and call Larry Reid out his name and call that woman out her name and clown her. Ain't nobody do that. Nobody told him to do that. You would do better blaming the shade room because most didn't know until they right, because remember it was posted on the shade room. I don't remember, and I can't say it didn't happen, Kelly. I don't remember, because I don't watch Larry Reid like on a regular basis, so I can't say he didn't say it. But I don't remember anybody. I don't remember anything about Bishop Whitehead prior to the robbery. But people in New York, because it was already in the New York paper. Like I said, the New York Times has been on that man's ass for over a year. You can go look at all the articles they've written about him. And since then, they've been writing even more articles talking about his connection to the mayor, talking about him lying about who his father is, talking about all his properties that are foreclosed on. Like, there's so much out there beyond what Larry Reid ever said about that man. Right. Look, Michael said New Yorkers have been reporting Whitehead to the authorities for years. And if you go back and read that article that came out, what was it, about 2 weeks ago? We talked about that article where they broke down Abby, I know you typing in the caps because of your job, but it looks like you yelling. So I don't want Kelly to feel like you yelling at them. Can you take your cap lock off for me, please? Because I don't have no problem with y'all disagreeing, but I don't want Kelly to feel like you yelling. I know you keep your cap lock on because of work. Because you have to keep your cap lock for work. But I just don't want them. I don't want nobody to feel like you yelling. Right, he ran for Brooklyn. Right, thank you, Gail Cooper. He ran for public office in New York for borough president. Like, sir, like this isn't new. This isn't new. Hey, Cams. Mwah. Hey, my love. Morgan said, I knew nothing about Whitehead, but in present day, we can't escape him. Child, Lord, look. Listen. But yeah, y'all, I just wanted to bring that to y'all. So Larry Reid has been served. Remember, he said Larry Reid has been ducking service, so he has been served. I am nobody's attorney. I'm sure Pam is going to do a live about it since the paperwork is out, and she's going to probably give a legal breakdown. She does her commentary as she's reading through the article, so I'll be curious to know what her legal opinion is about this case. But my non-legal opinion is it's a waste of time, and I don't even know why this person is still pursuing it. It's a waste of time. Pinky Tinky said, I don't care about him cussing out Larry and that lady. It's his constant live and antics that's disgusting. Child. T Jones. Yeah. So y'all, I think I might be out of notifications because I did not mean to go live. I was recording my Black History Month thing, and I thought I was recording, and it went live, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" So YouTube only gives me a certain number of notifications within a 24-hour period. I feel like I think I've exceeded that. So I need all of y'all to come back in 30 minutes for my interview with Oliver Twixt from The Circle. If you watch The Circle on Netflix, you know exactly who Oliver is. If you've been following my channel, you know who Oliver is because I've interviewed him before about Chasing Dallas. He's worked with T.S. Madison. He is the social media manager for Dr. Heavenly. If you look at anything on Dr. Heavenly's channel, Oliver created it. He edited and he did the visuals for it. My intro to my video, my reviews, my retro reviews, and my book reviews, Oliver did all of those. So I love me some Oliver. It's not going to be a long interview because he's doing press like all day today. So it's not going to be a long interview. But if you guys could please, Kelly, I appreciate that. I do. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. That didn't offend you. I appreciate that. So please come back in about 30 minutes, you guys. I appreciate it. Please hit that like button. Thank you, Kelly. Yep. And the thing about this is that's what we do over here. People don't always agree with me, and I love them anyway, and we have a good time, and it never gets disagreeable. But I know sometimes when people I know sometimes people the cap the capital letters, people be like, "Well, then you gotta be yelling." So I just wanted to be that. So all right, you guys, we'll be back in 30 minutes. Mwah! Thank you.